Autumn. I heard that you and the girls are going on a trip. Is that true? I see, I didn't get an invite, though. What's up with that? Are you all just purposely trying to leave me out or something?
Oh, hey there, Helen. It's just a group of us who are really close that decided to get together and go on a trip. Including me, though. There's only 3 of us going. We didn't mention anything to anyone. It's just gonna be a small, intimate little girls' trip.
Wow, Autumn. So are you saying we're not close then? And here I thought we were friends. I don't mean anything to you, do I? I'm just nothing.
Helen, calm down. I never said that. Our kids have only just become classmates this year, so it's not like you and I have really gotten a chance to know each other.
That's not fair! Besides, are you going on this trip with Ashley and Elise?
Yeah, that's the plan. Our kids have been classmates since kindergarten, so the 3 of us have gotten pretty close over the years. Why do you ask, though? What's brought that on all of a sudden?
Well, I've known Ashley and Elise almost as long as you have. Our kids have been classmates ever since they started elementary school. So why is it that they've gotten so close to you, but they barely give me the time of day? Who cares if your kids have known each other since kindergarten? That's only like a 1 or 2 year difference.
Helen, by any chance, are you throwing a fit because you want to be friends with Ashley and Elise, too?
Of course I do! They're the most sophisticated and refined moms at this school. They're both just so graceful and elegant. Who wouldn't want to be friends with them? I hear they're both filthy rich, too.
That's actually true. Ashley's husband is a neurosurgeon, and Elise is married to an investment banker. So they're both pretty well off.
That's my point! I hate that the 2 of them are so close to you, of all people. What do they even like about you?
Doesn't that just mean you're jealous, though?
No, I'm not jealous. What reason would I have to be jealous of a nobody like you? I just think it's weird that they would take any interest in you at all. What would you all even talk about? You clearly live in 2 completely different worlds. It would make way more sense for them to be friends with me. I'm the one who's on their level, after all.
Oh my God.
After all, Autumn, unlike them, you have no sense of style. You stand out like a sore thumb when you're walking next to them. I actually pay attention to the fashion world, and I'm always sure to stay on top of the hottest trends.
Indeed. You always dress in designer clothes from head to toe.
Exactly! You'll never catch me outside not dressed head to toe in the latest releases. I'm pretty sure I give off the aura of a celebrity. After all, the girls that get it, get it. The girls that don't. Am I right?
Well, I've certainly never seen you repeat an outfit. I can only imagine what your closet looks like. I'm honestly amazed at how much you're willing to spend on clothes.
Oh, please. This is normal. What's more amazing is that your daughter is enrolled at this school, yet you walk around every day looking like a peasant. You know, Autumn, you should spend more money on your clothes. Looks are important after all. Go on a shopping spree and treat yourself. Live a little. Your husband makes pretty decent money, doesn't he? You all live in Manhattan after all, so surely you aren't broke.
We're pretty well to do. But I mean, I also contribute to our household income.
Aren't you like an influencer or something?
Yeah, I am. I've been growing my platform for a little while now. I'm not super familiar with luxury brand name items, so I focus on more everyday items on my channel. My earnings make a decent contribution to our living expenses. And I'm able to go out and buy whatever I want, whenever I want, without having to worry about it too much. So I'd say we're pretty comfortable.
No matter how hard I try, I haven't been able to increase my viewers past about 20 or so. I upload way more videos to YouTube than you do, but I haven't been able to get on the algorithm's good side. I still only have 3 subscribers at the moment. I make videos about way higher quality products than you do, too. I'm way prettier than you, too.
I don't know what to say about that last comment. But the viewers are the ones who decide whether a product is good. And they're also free to decide whether or not if they like the way you present them. Maybe you should start considering what your viewers want to see. With that as your foundation, you're sure to grow your viewership and subscriber count in no time.
I didn't ask for your advice, so quit looking down on me. I don't need your pity. I swear, that's what I hate about you the most. You're so arrogant. You think you're better than everyone just because you have a few subscribers on YouTube. Well, newsflash. Who cares?
I'm sorry, Helen. I wasn't trying to offend you. I just wanted to offer a bit of helpful advice.
All right. Well, if you really want to make it up to me, how about you start by letting me go on that trip in your place? Of course, you'll still pay for everything, though. Okay, thanks.
What are you talking about? I couldn't possibly do that. Besides, the girls would be shocked if you were to suddenly show up for the trip instead of me.
It's totally fine. You worry too much. We've known each other since our kids started first grade, so there shouldn't be any issues.
Okay, but that doesn't necessarily make you friends, though.
That's not important. We can always just get to know each other better down the line. The only reason we're not friends is because you've been in the way all this time. If it weren't for you, we'd definitely already be best friends right now.
I didn't realize you held this much of a grudge against me. We barely even know each other. That's quite a shock. I thought we were at least cordial.
Use that tiny little brain of yours to think for a minute. Who in their right mind would ever want to be friends with you?
Ashley and Elise seem to like me, though. The 3 of us are always laughing nonstop whenever we're together.
Yeah, to your face. Behind your back, I bet they just can't wait to get rid of you. They'd have to be crazy to seriously want to keep a friendship with someone like you alive.
Oh gosh. I hope not. Now you're starting to make me worry.
So, you're going to let me go on this trip for you now, right?
No, I'm afraid I still can't do that.
Fine. Be that way. Then at least let me tag along with the 3 of you.
I don't think I can do that either. We've already made our reservations and it's too late to change them now.
You're killing me, Autumn. No matter what I say, you just won't let me come. If that's how you're going to be, then I have something else up my sleeve.
What's that supposed to mean?
Don't worry about it. Have fun on your little trip. Have you all arrived at the hotel yet? If I'm not mistaken, your reservation should have been canceled. I bet that was pretty shocking for you, wasn't it? Have fun sleeping in your car. I bet you really regret leaving me out and not inviting me on the trip now. Ha!
No, we're already here. We're actually getting ready to take a dip in the pool.
What? What's going on here? Are you all staying at the Ritz-Carlton in Boston today? Wasn't that the plan?
Yep, that's where we are right now.
I called them and canceled your reservation the other day. What's going on here? The front desk staff told me that everything had been taken care of as I requested.
Did you seriously try to ruin our trip just because you weren't invited? That's pretty low. Even for you.
Only because you wouldn't let me go in your place. You're so selfish. You brought it on yourself.
I didn't think you were that upset about not being invited. Nonetheless, trying to cancel our reservation and ruin our trip is going way too far. But we were able to check in without any problems, so it didn't end up being a big deal for us. That was still an awful thing for you to do, though.
Wait a second. Did you just say you were able to check in? Without any issues? Like, none whatsoever?
Yeah, it was pretty quick and painless. I mean, I literally just told you we were on our way to the pool. If we weren't able to check in, there's no way they'd let us in the pool.
Did the front desk staff lie to me just to shut me up then?
I have no idea. There's no way for me to know something like that. Did they not ask you whose name the reservation was under?
They did, but I just made up some random name on the spot. I yelled at them and caused a huge scene until they gave in and made the cancellation.
From what you're saying, it doesn't sound like they lied to you. But I feel bad for them because it sounds like you gave them a pretty hard time.
Oh, crap. Don't tell me I canceled someone else's reservation then.
If the staff really went through with the cancellation, then that would indeed be the case. You should probably give the front desk a call just to make sure.
No way! Why would I do that? The staff and whoever's reservation I canceled will get upset with me. I'll be forced to take responsibility for what I did. And that sounds like it'd be a pain.
So you're just gonna sit quiet and do nothing when this is pretty much your fault?
Well, duh. It's not like I used my real name, so this can't be traced back to me anyway. I have nothing to worry about.
You know they can still look you up by your telephone number though, right? In this day and age, they'd be able to find you immediately.
Whatever. Who cares? More importantly, though, you all are already at the hotel, right? What's it like there? I've heard nothing but good things about the Ritz-Carlton, other than it being pricey. Do you see anything weird or unusual going on by any chance?
Oddly enough, Helen, it looks like your in-laws are here on vacation too.
What? Why?
Looks to me like they came here for a romantic getaway. Did they not mention anything to you?
Now that you mention it, I think they did say something about going on a trip today. But they go on so many throughout the year, you can't possibly expect me to remember each and every one.
I think they're arguing with the hotel staff. It's getting pretty heated. I wonder if the reservation you canceled was actually theirs. Yikes. What are the odds?
You've got to be kidding me.
You said you didn't give the staff your name, but are you sure? You might have slipped up and said your last name. It's possible that the hotel staff mistook your call for wanting to cancel your in-laws' reservation.
You've got a point there. I do have a habit of answering with my full name whenever I answer the phone, so that might have slipped out without me even realizing.
This is too hard for me to just sit through. I feel bad for both your in-laws and the hotel staff, so I'm just going to go over there and explain the situation to them.
No! Wait! You don't have to do that. Just ignore them. Ignore everything and just go about your stupid trip. Autumn! This is all your fault! Why'd you have to stick your nose where it doesn't belong? My in-laws are absolutely furious with me. What did you have to go and tell them for?
I mean, if you were in their shoes, you'd be pretty upset too.
They were screaming at me for trying to ruin your guys' trip. They even told me that they hate me more than ever and can't understand why their son married me. They said they want nothing more to do with me. Do you know how stressful that is? This is all your fault.
What exactly have you done in the past for them to say that they hate you even more?
I've never done anything to them. They just don't like me, and they're still mad that Pete married me against their wishes. They're so strict, too. It's a wonder how my husband didn't go insane living under their roof. They're always telling me to stop showing off so much and stop spending so much. They just want me to sit around and clean the house and cook like a good little housekeeping lady. It's so annoying. All they ever do is nag me.
That does sound like a pain. But if you're always showing off, it can be pretty uncomfortable and embarrassing for your kids. And it's not exactly conducive to raising a family with good morals. Why don't you just take a long look at yourself in the mirror and think about how you can change your overall image to something that your family approves of? I think it'll honestly make everyone around you feel more at ease.
Who do you think you are to lecture me about that, Autumn? This is all your fault to begin with. If you would have just minded your business, I wouldn't even be in this predicament.
You should really stop blaming everyone else for your problems. It's off-putting and makes you seem childish. You should think about being a bit more considerate to your in-laws, too.
And why is that? Why should I care about them? All they've ever done is lecture me and berate me.
I mean, you're the reason their trip got canceled, though.
Yeah, I'll admit that. It's definitely my fault. But they're old and retired. They can go on vacation literally whenever they want.
Yeah, I'm sure they can. But that's not the issue. Getting a reservation at the Ritz-Carlton is nearly impossible. On top of the price, you have to make your reservation at least 6 months in advance.
Yeah, they mentioned something about that while they were telling me off. But that has nothing to do with me. Not my problem, so I don't care.
My God! You lack common sense and decency. It must be a headache having you as a daughter-in-law. I feel sorry for them.
Rude much? Who are you to criticize me like that?
I mean, it's true. Only a person who was really messed up in the head would go so far as to cancel someone else's hotel reservation behind their back. You're insane and just a hop, skip, and a jump away from being featured on an episode of Criminal Minds. To be frank, I've seen enough. You're an awful person who's completely unreasonable. I never want to be friends with you. I'm going to refrain from talking to you going forward, because I'm sure you'll just give me a migraine.
Is that so? Fine! I don't care. Do whatever you want. While you're at it, though, stop being friends with Ashley and Elise, too.
Why should I?
It's like I told you before. You live in a completely different world from them. They're too sophisticated to be hanging around with someone like you. It makes way more sense for them to associate with people like me, who are of the same caliber. I'm sure those two feel the exact same way.
That's not even close to being true. We've been having a lot of girls talk on this trip, and both Ashley and Elise told me that they would never want to be friends with someone like you. They can't stand you. They think you're stuck up and vindictive.
You're lying! No, they don't! They'd never say that about me.
They literally just said that over drinks. Who in their right mind would want to befriend or even associate with someone who tried to ruin their trip?
It's not like I was trying to cause any trouble for Ashley and Elise. I just wanted to screw you over. Because you make me sick.
Okay, but I was going on a trip with them. By screwing me over, you would have screwed them over too. That's kind of how that works. If our reservation had been suddenly canceled, they would have been just as irritated as me. Did you not even think about that? Were you too blinded by your jealousy to take a step back and think logically?
I heard you were in charge of planning this trip. I figured that if anything went wrong, Ashley and Elise would blame you and hate you for screwing up so badly. That way, they'd distance themselves from you and stop being your friend.
So that's what you were playing at. Well, too bad your plan didn't pan out. Something as small as that wouldn't be enough to shake our friendship. My bond with them runs pretty deep.
Ugh, whatever. You're so freaking annoying. I still think I fit in with them way better than you do. I'm the one who deserves to be best friends with them and hang out all the time.
You can say that all you want, Helen. But they seriously can't stand you. Based on what they've told me, there's no way they'd ever even consider being friends with you. They already had a pretty horrible impression of you, way before this whole trip cancellation fiasco.
I don't believe you one bit.
You have a bad habit of judging people based on their looks and family background. You tend to either belittle or ignore people who happen to come from less fortunate backgrounds. And you're always putting yourself on the highest pedestal, while looking down on almost everyone else around you.
Everyone knows poor people are only poor because they don't work hard enough. If they don't want to be looked down on, They should just pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Besides, I don't think I'm putting myself on a pedestal. I'm just confident in myself because I'm trendy and have a pretty face to boot. Who wouldn't be overflowing with confidence in my position?
Helen, do you know what all the other moms say about you?
No. What? What have they been saying?
They call you a flashy, luxe, brand-loving hag.
They call me a hag? I'm not even that old. I'm still in my 30s.
Say that all you want, but once you're in your late 30s, society starts to view you as an old woman. It's a reality we all have to accept. Plus, we're all practically 40. We're certainly not exactly spring chickens anymore.
I guess you have a point there. But everyone around me always says I look like I'm in my late 20s.
Yeah, they say that to your face. But do you know what people say behind your back? Most people try to take good care of their skin and health to look younger than their actual age.
I do look younger than I actually am. At least 10 years younger. So what are you getting at?
Well, it doesn't really matter what you personally think if others don't agree now, does it?
You rude little wench. Stop trying to make a fool out of me.
If you were to go out with us, you'd stick out like a sore thumb. It'd be so embarrassing to be seen with you because you look like someone's mom who's trying desperately to stay relevant and overcompensating with labels. That's why they've never gone out of their way to try and get close to you.
No way. That can't be right.
Furthermore, your makeup style doesn't suit you at all. Your style is really weird for people in our age range. You look like a gaudy eyesore, dressed head to toe in expensive brand name clothes. Being seen anywhere with you would just be outright embarrassing. I'm sure that's not your intention, but that's just how you come off. You stand out in a really negative way. No one thinks you look like a celebrity at all.
Is that why they always snicker whenever I approach them and try to make small talk? And why it feels like they look for any and every excuse to end our conversations?
Yeah, that's exactly why they treat you that way. They're always complaining about your incessant attempts to make small talk. They think you're super annoying and wish you would just leave them alone. But since our kids are all classmates, they can't just outright blow you off. So they've been restraining themselves and forcing smiles whenever you're around.
I bet you were just talking smack about me with them because you didn't want me to join you all's friend group. You purposely told them stuff to make them hate me. I just know you did.
Why would I go out of my way to do that? It's not like I had anything against you until you tried to ruin our vacation.
Well, why else would they call me a flashy old hag? You had to say something to spark that. I don't believe for a second that they'd all start saying that out of nowhere.
What would I get out of saying something like that about you? I have nothing to gain from getting everyone else to dislike you. Besides, you're pretty good at doing that all on your own. But for the record, I never started any name-calling or rumors about you. I'm just not that kind of person.
You're such a liar! You wanted to make the other moms hate me and totally ignore me. Because you're jealous of me.
Helen, listen to me. I have absolutely no reason to do that.
You wish you had my life.
No, I really don't. If anything, I think you're the one who's jealous.
You need to apologize to me right now.
What? Why? I haven't done anything to you.
I'm waiting. Just give me all of your social media accounts and we'll call it even.
Why would you even ask me to do something like that? You really are crazy.
If I had your accounts, I'm sure I'd be way more popular. I'm way more beautiful than you'll ever be. I'm sure all your fans would fall in love.
My looks aren't really the selling point for my fans and subscribers in the first place. I'll admit that you're definitely prettier than I am. But there are so many other women on the internet who are even prettier than you. Even if I gave you my accounts, all of my fans would just taper off.
Oh, please. Spare me, Autumn. When are you going to stop trying to make a fool out of me? It's getting old.
I'm not trying to do anything of the sort. I'm just telling you the truth.
You're insufferable!
If you think I'm so annoying, why don't you just back off and leave me alone already? Just texting you is so exhausting. My migraine is in full swing right now. Good Lord. I have other more important things to get to, so bye. Please don't text me anymore.
I see you've been totally canceled online. Your accounts are all totally up in flames. Man, people on the internet sure are scary. All these hate comments are hilarious. There's like a whole wall of them.
Oh, please, Helen. Don't play dumb. I know you're the one writing all the hate comments on all of my accounts.
Don't sit up here and try to blame me for your fans turning against you. What proof do you even have to accuse me? I should sue you for defamation.
I can't think of anyone other than you who'd pull this crap. You printed out flyers to diss me and went around hanging them up everywhere.
Whatever do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Don't play coy with me. One of my neighbors literally saw you posting one of those flyers on my house and told me everything. They even took several pictures of you and gave those to me as well.
Ugh. Well, that sucks. I can't believe someone caught me. Well, whatever. So what ended up happening? I posted some pretty nasty stuff about you after all. I bet your husband's planning to leave you now, isn't he?
No. Why would he? Our relationship is still as strong as ever.
How boring. I guess I didn't push hard enough.
Thanks to you. We did get into a couple of fights, though. But we worked through it, and now our relationship is stronger than ever. I can't believe you photoshopped me into fake pictures to make me look like a cheater. And on top of that, you sent them to my husband's office. How low can you get? Why do you keep doing things like this to me? What have I ever done to you?
I'm doing it because I don't like you. Duh. I hate you, and I want to make your life as miserable as possible. I figured that if I could get your husband to divorce you and ruin your reputation online, you'd have nowhere left to go. You'd just have a sad, pathetic, lonely little life. And I'd finally be rid of you for good.
Nice try. But that sounds more like what's about to happen to you.
There you go again. Always talking nonsense.
I mean, the other moms are avoiding you more than usual, aren't they? And at this rate, your family will probably abandon you too. You just keep crossing the line. But this was the final nail in the coffin.
What exactly is that supposed to mean?
I'm suing you, Helen.
For what, though? Don't make me laugh.
For everything you've done to me up until now. You've been bothering me nonstop. And like I said, you've crossed the line one too many times. I'm suing you for defamation and emotional distress. Now that I know for sure that you posted all of those online hate comments, I'll be submitting all of those as evidence. You messed with the wrong one, sister.
You're right. What proof do you have that I'm the one who posted them?
Oh, I have tons of proof. I've already consulted with a lawyer and had them file a request for disclosure of information. After doing that, we were able to pretty quickly track that you were indeed the one writing all of those nasty comments.
Oh my god. What? You were able to figure it out that quickly?
I wasn't expecting that. Do you still live in the Stone Age or something, Helen? In this day and age, if you search for just about anything, you can find what you're looking for in a matter of seconds. That being said, I'll see you in court.
Wait, come on, Autumn. Let's calm down and think about this for a second. Taking this to trial would be a huge burden for both of us, don't you think? We shouldn't waste our money and time on something like that. Let's just talk it out like adults, yeah? I don't know how I'd even begin to explain this to my family.
Oh, don't worry about that. I fully intend to fill your family in on everything.
No! Stop it! Please! I swear I won't write any more hate comments on your social media pages. And I'll stop posting weird flyers about you around our neighborhood. So please, just forgive me, okay? Just this once. We don't need to make such a big deal out of this. We're mommy friends, after all. Our kids are classmates. We're both active members of the PTO. So don't be like this.
And since when are we friends? I've never once thought of you as a friend. You've done nothing but criticize me from the day we met. I have no intention of ever becoming friends with someone as awful as you. In fact, I think the world would be a lot better off if you weren't in it.
Okay, I went too far. I admit it. I do. I just did all of that because I was jealous of you.
You don't say.
Autumn, you have so many followers across your social media platforms that you're practically a real-life celebrity. You're popular with the other moms here at our kids' school, and your husband is super hot on top of being rich. Not to mention, you're really good at your job, too. You have it all, and I want your life. How could I not be jealous of you? You have everything that I don't. Of course, I wanted to be friends with Ashley and Elise, but most of all, I wanted to be close to you. But I was so hurt that you never invited me out to eat with you guys or on any of your trips. It made me feel so lonely. I was acting out because I was just so upset that you wouldn't let me be a part of your group. I know it was childish and immature, but messing with you guys was the only way I knew how to get your attention.
I see. Well, telling me all of that now won't do you any good. Your sob story isn't enough to change my feelings and certainly wasn't a good enough excuse for you to cause as much trouble as you did. I tried to be patient and nice to you too. Even when all of the other moms complained about you, I really tried to give you the benefit of the doubt. You went way too far on more than one occasion, and I can't just let it slide anymore. You need to pay for what you've done. End of story.
I'm sorry, Autumn, okay? Please just forgive me. I swear I'll make it up to you. So, please don't be like this. I'm begging you.
Yeah, you're beyond forgiveness. You're a lost cause. Just know I'm going to fight you tooth and nail over all of this. So you had better hire a damn good lawyer.
You don't have to do this. You really don't need to go this far. This is over the top. We just had a little squabble, that's all.
There's really nothing you can say to me at this point. Let's just fight it out in the trial. See you in the courtroom. After that, I made good on my promise and took Helen to court. With all of the evidence I submitted, it's no surprise that I won the case. I mopped the floor with her. She's now liable to compensate me for emotional trauma and distress. After the court case, her family completely abandoned her. Her husband divorced her, and her kid is ashamed to call her mom. Her husband won custody of their child, and Helen left New York without a trace. I heard she's holed up in some rundown apartment in Ohio now, all alone. Even her parents have abandoned her. They completely disowned her for being so shameful and don't even mention the fact that they have a daughter anymore. There's no one left on her side. I would feel bad for her, but she brought all of this onto herself. On the other hand, after suing Helen, I dispelled all of the fake rumors going on about me, and the hate comments stopped almost immediately. The bounce back from having been cancelled was too real. When people found out about what had actually transpired, they were very sympathetic, and a huge influx of new followers came flooding in. I never have to worry about Helen harassing me ever again, and I can rest easy hanging out with my other mommy friends at my daughter's school. Not to mention, I'm more popular than ever on social media right now. Life is good. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. See you next time!